Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the finals. Um, D. Winchell versus Reggie. Uh, D. Winchell has evolved into Alder because he's the champion. Hmm. Okay then. Reggie's team, pretty much what I thought Reggie would bring, except for maybe the Porygon. I didn't think he would bring that really. I did help D. Winchell with his team a little bit though. He leads with the blade, which was mainly meant as a what's its face, accounting to the Alola Tails, because it gets the break and resists the ice move, but I guess its role is going to be a lot more limited here, although it can feasibly check Tauren. I'd say Reggie definitely won the lead matchup here. The Angels team is mainly meant to break down Reggie's defensive core and win with the arrow or the Emboar, which the Emboar scarfed, and if you look at his team, if this Finny takes damage, the scarf Emboar puts in a lot of work. So D. Winchell is not in a fantastic spot. He could go Cruel here, but I don't think he wants to take a Nature's Madness on his Cruel. Although it is lefties, so it's not going to be that bad. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what you do here. You can stay in and just take a Scald because it'll never burn you. Cynthia's good material if you mean it in that way. Alrighty. He does go Cruel, and he eats the Nature's Madness, or eats the Shadow Ball just fine. Did he change this from lefties to AV? He might have. But regardless, I don't think Reggie wants to stay in and take the Sludge Wave because Emboar is going to deck him if he does. Scarf Emboar actually is a roll to kill Torn from Fold. The Winch will probably just click Sludge Wave here. If he's a Savage, though, he can click HP Fire. I'm just gonna read up this chat. Reconsider jail talking about you're sexualizing someone fighting children. Alright. I can't remember what Dewingel's picture used to be, but it's really throwing me off that it's Alder now. I don't like it. But I really can't think of what it used to be. Did he HP Fire? Oh, he's not a Savage. This is Liquid Ooze Tenna, I recommended it to him to be. I'm not sure if he did it. Which means he can't get seeded by this, but he's going to give Reggie his rocks now, which kind of sucks for him. I think, to be honest, I think HP Fire was a very fair play to make there. That really could have gave him a lot of momentum and stopped the rocks from going up. But now Reggie's getting rocks up for free, so the Angel definitely lost a bit of momentum there. Okay, it's not Akafero, and Reggie just gets his rocks up. But this damage is very good for arrow later on. Here's a bit of a rough play. Does Reggie stay in? Because I don't think he wants us getting weak. Because arrow's going to deck him if it does. I mean, I guess Porygon could maybe, and Gligar can maybe check arrow to some extent. But I don't know. This Tenda can also just spin the rocks away too, if it needs to. I don't think it stays in and does here though, or at least I don't think it spins right here, because he doesn't want to take barbs plus whatever Farrah's throwing out. But Reggie might switch, so I'm not sure what I would do here. Clicking HP Fire is a fine play. I think you can spin maybe if you're, because like you always get rid of rocks, and you could possibly, the play works out really well if Reggie switches. I'd probably just HP Fire. I'm not sure. I wonder what item this is. This Pharaoh. If the Winchell clicked HP Fire on the switch there, he would have been in such a good situation though. Reggie, from his point of view, you've got to click like Power Whip or maybe Spikes if you have it. I don't know. If you stay in, if you switch out, I guess you go to like. I don't think you go to Gligar, because I don't think you kill, and you definitely don't want Gligar eating a Scald. You can't go Finny. You could maybe go Pinsir if you're being really ballsy. Yeah, maybe Porygon, just because Porygon can probably eternally wall it, but like they both just wall each other. I don't know. I'm just gonna pull that up. Yeah, he did change to the Assault Vest, and it's Liquid Ooze. So if Reggie Leech Seeds here, it's actually going to cause the Ferrothorn to hurt itself. I wonder which one of them is thinking at this point. Yeah, I'm not man enough to click anything besides HP Fire here, I think, with the wind chill. I think Reggie, there's a fair chance Reggie stays in. Because it's just really not that much Reggie can go to safely. I mean, if he's expecting a second HP Fire, he can't go Pinsir, because it's actually going to do like probably solid 30. That's too much. I guess you can't go Finny because you just get Sludge Wave next turn. You could possibly go Torn, but I don't think Torn threatens that enough. I wouldn't go Gligar because you don't want to get scalded and take a billion. I guess it kind of just leaves Porygon. Yeah, it's a rough spot for Reggie here. This Tentacruel has a fairly nice matchup against him. He does go. This is AV, so this could be a more physical Torn and could possibly have knockoff. I don't think it's a terrible play for DeWinchell to just spin here. He could get knocked off though, which wouldn't be great, but it could definitely be worth it because his team is super rocks weak. So he'd definitely like to get rid of these rocks if he can. He can also just go road time here, but like I don't think he wants to take the rocks damage, and I don't think you go arrow here. Rocks plus a hurricane or whatever. It's especially if you just get U-turned on, that'd be really bad. Oh wait, he has a spit F drop though. I forgot about that. So he definitely might not want to stay in here. Yeah, road time makes a lot of sense. Oh, and Reggie misses a hurricane. You could possibly call that revenge for the spit F drop. DeWinchell gets a very safe full switch here, and I think Reggie will just go Pharaoh. And that means big goal Kyram's going to come in. And yeah, Reggie's in a pretty bad scenario now, because I don't think there's anything he can do to stop Kyram from coming in. Or arrow if he chooses to stay in with this. And if he goes Gligar, he doesn't gain much, and he'll probably just get pumped the next turn. Actually, no, he can just defog here. It's debatable. Volt Switch gives him a lot of momentum, and it'll likely give him opportunity to really start breaking, but Stealth Rocks are really bad for his team, and if he gets rid of them, those are good too. To be honest, I'd just Volt Switch probably because he's probably going into Pharaoh. I mean, actually, it's probably the same thing, because he's going into Pharaoh. If you Volt Switch, then you get to go into something else on rocks. Actually, no, defogging here is a little bit better if he goes into Pharaoh, because then you can Volt Switch and bring something in without rocks up, and then rocks go up, so you don't take that one turn of rocks damage. I think that's what's going to happen. Is Reggie's just going to go into Pharaoh and throw his rocks back up. He could possibly be fearing HP Fire Rotom though, but this is actually, did he? I feel like I didn't see Volt Switch on this. If he didn't put Volt Switch on this, then no, he has Volt Switch. He has Volt Switch and Thunderbolt. Okay, he does just U-turn. He's probably U-turning right into Pharaoh. Yeah, I think for DeWinchell you just defog here because it's the same thing. You could possibly just go into Embor 2 and force a ton of damage on Finny, or possibly Wild Charge if he's a man. Oh, it's not what I was expecting. Yeah, I don't know what the duck does here. He could possibly just Volt Switch into his Deblade. I don't know how strong this is. I think Deblade's quite expendable this game, though. I think if you're doing Angel, you can just go right into the Deblade. It has Toxic SD, so Toxicing this would definitely be great. It has Brick too for breaking down Aurora Veils, but that's not going to be helpful here. But Brick can do solid damage to this, especially if he SDs first, but Toxic is definitely... Yeah, I think you just Volt Switch right into the Blade. Yep. Okay, Reggie, that was a really bad play by Reggie. He could have gone Pharaoh and got his rocks back up. Maybe he's fearing HP Fire a little too much, but like, or maybe he doesn't want Kyram or Embor coming in. But if he didn't want Embor coming in, then this didn't make any sense. Yeah, now he gets Toxic too. He lost a lot of momentum here, and this Deblade is not integral for DeWinchell to win the game. So I'm pretty sure he's definitely content trading that Toxic right there. DeWinchell definitely can't SD though, because he'll just get foul played to the next dimension. I mean, if he makes a hard read on a recover, then maybe he can. I think you probably just break here if you do wind chill, force him to recover, and you can probably bring out Embor. Curious, how much does Embor do to defensive Gligar? Because Embor is a strong boy. It's quite defensive. Yeah. Gligar can actually take it. We might have to wear that down a little bit. Does Embor get? If Embor gets knockoff, I don't feel like it doesn't, but it might. No, it doesn't. I don't think it gets anything that hits Gligar that hard. It gets a Wisp though. Do you think? I don't know if Reggie stays in here or not. He probably just foul plays again, but I'm not sure. I don't think DeWinja loses a whole lot by breaking here, though. This Gligar is going to be fairly tough for Reggie to break, though. But he does get a lot of momentum off of it with his Rotom. So if he can force it to not be able to recover, I think he can break it and definitely win. I was thinking about recommending to him putting Ice Fang on Arrow, but decided it wasn't necessary, but it might end up being so this matchup. Yeah, because this Gligar is going to be a bitch. Okay, it's immunity, so he can't Toxic it. He's probably just going to put rocks up, and DeWinchell can just go Rotom and defog them, but that's going to give Reggie some momentum. But I don't think he has anything that really threatens Rotom. He could possibly just go to Pharaoh and then put up rocks that are actually threatening, so he can stay, so the rocks will stay, as opposed to Gligar's rocks. Yeah, I don't think you stay in here if you're doing Jill, though. You definitely want to just go Rotom and keep these rocks away. And I don't think Gligar gets anything that threatens Rotom. Gligar's pretty weak. Oh, wait. Okay. Reggie overpredicts, expecting the Rotom to come in. I'm not sure why Winchell made the play of staying in, because I do think that just going Rotom was the better play because you need to keep these rocks away. But I guess it's going to work out for him on the over prediction. I think you probably just could have clicked rocks though if you're Reggie. I don't think you needed to, unless you don't have rocks. I mean, he probably just clicked Iron Head again. Because you can't click Toxic. Maybe SD if he's really dangerous. Probably just go Pharaoh here if you're Reggie. I don't know. It's a rough spot. It was torn. Oh. I think the Windshield didn't realize Gligar has immunity. So he wanted to Toxic it, which is a good play if you don't realize Gligar has immunity. But Gligar has immunity, so I think the Windshield accidentally made a hard read on Reggie right there. just trying to toxic Gligar. Either that or D-Winchell's straight Savage. I'm not sure which, but I don't think you ever predict a U-turn that hard. But he gets a toxic onto Torn. That's really big for D-Winchell. I think D-Winchell's looking really good right now in this game. He's a max Bidoof. Deployed 2, so he can probably eat this pretty well. Is this Shadow Ball? No, it was something else. It was a Finny that was Shadow Ball. So he could kind of just Iron Head here if you wanted, or maybe even SD. Sorry for the background noise, dude. Yeah, was that a read or did you just forget ahead of me in D? That's what I'm saying. I don't think D-Winchell is that much of a savage. To be honest, both. He was straight into Arrow. I don't like that play. If this is Scarf, then actually you can live it if it's Scarf. I think you just roost here. You definitely need to keep this Arrow healthy. He's gonna go Gligar. Probably just recover up, or maybe U-turn. Now I'm feeling bad for not recommending Ice Fang, because Ice Fang was definitely the way to go this game. But he can get his rocks up, though. I definitely don't think rocks are worth your HP, though. You definitely just need to roost here, I think. Yeah. He's going to Ice Beam. If he can take this Ice Beam reasonably well and then roost it off because he'll resist it, because he loses his flying type, it might be worth. This is Porygon. I'm gonna assume this is a max defense, but if I'm assuming wrong, then yeah, because he'll do like 40 to 50, and then he'll roost the second time, and he loses his flying type, so he'll only take like 23 to 27. I think that's worth, in my opinion. I think you can put up your rocks here and then roost. I think that's the play. How much investment does he have? He's got 96 HP on this guy. So yeah, he takes a little bit less from that Ice Beam. What this used? This used only Try Attack and Foul Play, and neither affected, so he doesn't know his spread at this point. How much did he take from the Iron Head? You can at least confirm if he's max HP. 12. I don't like that play. Yeah, I think his stealth, especially because Reggie made a really bad play of recovering there. I think that was I mean, I suppose if you're expecting Stone Edge, but I think D-Winchell could have gained a lot by making the play of just rocking. Especially because Reggie just recovered right there. He would have been in an incredible situation. So yeah, I think that's a pretty poor play. He might not even have had Ice Beam. I suppose you could have got Foul Played, but I don't know if Foul Play's doing... Oh yeah, Foul Play's not doing more than Ice Beam. Yeah, I think D-Winchell lost a lot by not rocking there, because he really, at worst, could only lose about 20. $25, $27 at worst, and that's well out of pincer range. And getting rocks up against Reggie's team is really nice, especially because you're trying to break down his core. You're gonna Volt Switch, but like you're not. By going Rotom, he lost a lot. He could possibly bring in Emboar, and Reggie will probably just go Gligar, and he can at least put some big damage in with the Flare Blitz. But does Emboar get Ice Punch? Just wow, I'm actually surprised. I feel like Emboar would get Ice Punch. Might have been worth running HP Ice on it, actually, in hindsight. Wait, did you just attack in that time? Wow, they just played a few real fast turns right there. I was looking at my phone. He just goes to the blade. I don't know how I feel about that play. This Gallagher is going to be a real pain in the ass for D Winchell to break down. I think the key to D Winchell winning this game is going to be the Kyurem. This Kyurem's actually going to eat Reggie's ball whole though, because he does not have responses to it. Yeah, that time Reggie gets to play right, I think. But I don't know what Reggie goes into here that really takes advantage. I don't think Reggie brought any suitable breakers this game. Like, there's nothing on Reggie's team that really puts D Winchell in a super bad scenario like D Winchell has against Reggie's team. Like this Kyurem, like the Tenta forcing damage on his Pharaoh. I don't think there's anything Reggie goes into here that's like that D Winchell's like, oh shit, he's going into that. He can go into the Pharaoh and put his rocks. Yeah, I think that's the best he can do. You billion% just vol switch here if you're D Winchell, and if you're Reggie, you probably just throw up your rocks. I think you can go Embor. Yeah. I think if I'm D Winchell, I probably just double back into Rotom. Nah, that doesn't get you anywhere though. You can Flare Blitz the Gligar and force him to recover and at least get some momentum, I guess. But you're going to take some recoil. I'm not sure if that's worth. I think at this point Kyurem is actually the more dangerous threat to get in than Embor, because Kyurem has no stops, because it's a Roselli Kyurem. So Finny can't stop it. I think that's much more dangerous than the Embor, because the Embor, is going to get shut down fairly hard by Gligar. I think it's about to, unless it's not a Spadef Gligar, in which case this Embor is very dangerous. But yeah, he'll only do 32 to 38 to defense Gligar. It's like missing a few EVs too. 31, 37, which is solid. He'll force recovery, but not good enough. What? That was a horrible play by D Winchell. He could have forced a recovery. Like, the Gligar was so incredibly obvious. Yeah, that was just a really bad play. He lost a lot of momentum for no reason right there. Feel like you're kind of forced into Rotom, but if you get U-turned on, that's really bad. If you're a Savage and click Flare Blitz here, though, you put yourself in a really good scenario, but you'll probably just go Finny. But, like, I guess maybe he was if you're expecting Finny, why do you click Brick Break, though? Yeah, and he gets U-turned on. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that play. He was only ever going to go into Finny or Gligar. I don't get the Brick Break play. I really don't. Like, why would you ever... I can't think of a feasible advantage of clicking Brick Break over Flare Blitz right there. I'm really confused. He probably just goes back into Porygon, and this Rotom getting worn down is really bad for D Winchell against Pinsir. I think D Winchell really started throwing away a lot of momentum. He was in a really good scenario, and he started choking it away by not making the plays that kept it with him. He put himself in a scenario where this Gligar could U-turn on him, as opposed to it being forced to recover. He didn't get his rocks up. This Porygon will eventually break, I think, but like I think he has to recover here, so you can at least bring Embor back out, I suppose, or maybe go into Cruel and spin, or you could just actually add defog here if I'm D-Winchill, because he's going to recover. I think you can get a defog off here. I think it's worth it. Because you have Rotom out already, so yeah, I think that's the right play. Yep. And now you Volt Switch, and he probably just try attacks. I think if you go to Blade, though, you're going to need to make the double. Yeah, I think you probably just... Actually, I think Reggie grows a pair of balls here and clicks Foul Play. I think Reggie's clicking Foul Play, so if you're a Savage, you can actually go Embor. And then if you go Embor and then double into Kyurem, then you're in a really good spot. But, I mean, I suppose you could go into Finny in that case. If Finny's the initial switch in, then that's not as good, the initial switch in into Embor. But if you get Kyurem in against Gligar, you're in a really nice spot. But yeah, I think D-Winchill really needs to stop playing so passive and actually make some plays here. I think he's showing more than anything that Toxic Flight was definitely an accident, because he's... Okay, I think Reggie may have forgot about Volt Switch or something there. I think you bring in Kyurem here and you start putting in some work. Or maybe go Embor. But, I mean, Embor's just going to let in Gligar. I think Kyurem's actually going to claim a kill. Why this? This is just going to get shut down by Gligar. I think D-Winchill's not really recognizing what Reggie can and cannot guard against, and Kyurem is what Reggie cannot guard against at this point. I think no, Porygon 2 can't stop that. It's got... maybe Foul Play breaks its sub? I'd have to look at that. Actually, that's the wrong set. Hello KB is probably similar. Foul Play does break sub. So he can break his sub, but he can't Toxic him. Yeah, this was just a really bad play. D-Winchill needs to recognize what's going to break Reggie's team, and bring out Arrow there was not going to. He could have got his rocks up, I suppose, but like... You can still get your rocks up here because it's the same scenario as before, especially because he doesn't have the special attack increase. You can just throw up your rocks. I don't think he even has Ice Beam. He could still. If you Toxic you, that could actually be really bad. I might be afraid enough of Ice Beam, or of Toxic, to go into Deblade at this point. But, I don't know. I definitely still think... Does Stone Edge 2 KO him from this point? Reggie might have to. Because I'm pretty sure this is an Adamant. Let's assume max defense, worst case scenario. Bold. Which very well could be 25 to 30. With Toxic, that might. If he gets good rolls, yeah, that definitely does. So Reggie might have to recover here. I think getting up rocks here is a fine play so long as Porygon doesn't have Toxic. It very well might, though. Do I think you would have an Ice Beam on him? Nah, I don't think so. Ice Beam would have to only be here for Arrow, which is possible, I suppose. But I don't know. I think you might get hit. But I don't think he clicks Toxic here, because okay, he just goes for the 2 at KO. Fair enough play. Arrow's health is very valuable this game, though. What do I think D Winchell does now? Probably goes Gligar. So I think you can roost up here. I would if roost up if I was him. I don't know though. He could sack this, but I think you just keep this around and go Gligar because there's not really a reason not to. It's at 74. I'm fairly sure it can eat 2. Yeah, I can. Yeah, fair play with the roosting. I think D Winchell just goes Cruel here. If he gets Nature's Madness, that could be bad though. I think Leftovers might have been a bit better for this game. But I feel like this is a Scarfini or something weird because it clicks Shadow Ball. I don't think you put Shadow Ball on a more balanced defensive Finny. But yeah, Cruel's the play here, I think. You could get Psychic or something, but I think worst case is just you get Madness. That play doesn't get Reggie anywhere because this has HP Fire. If he was predicting the Tenta, I suppose he can go into. No, I think Tentacruel. He could go into Torn here, but I don't think you need to risk that if you D Winchell. I think you can just save. You can happily click HP Fire here. I don't think Reggie sacks it here, but I don't get that play. Like maybe if you went to Torn or something. Oh, he's trying to trick it. I don't know about that play. It's a weird play. I think it's 1,000,000,000% going. A 1,000,000,000% going Pharaoh here though to get up his rocks. What's a good mid ground? Because he could Scald or something. I think Kyurem's a solid play here because I don't think you ever Moonblast here if you're Reggie, and even if you do, you have Roselia. So I think Kyurem's actually a really good mid ground play here. It covers pretty much everything, and getting Kyurem into the game is a really good thing. So I think Kyurem here is actually 100% the play. Even if Reggie like becomes a savage and clicks Moonblast here, you still have the Roselia. I don't know. I don't feel like that makes sense. Because I think Reggie might get really hungry and click the water move to keep Emboar from coming in on an obvious Pharaoh. If Reggie really wants to play this aggressively, I think Reggie hard predicts Emboar coming in on the Pharaoh. Because I think Reggie's perceiving D Winchell's biggest threat is Emboar right now because Kyurem, he hasn't been utilizing Kyurem. Oh, that was a really bad play. That was an awful play. You could have gained so much by getting in one of your breakers. I don't know what the Blade offered. I think this is actually going to be able to get up rocks now. That was a really fucking bad play. D Winchell was in a really good spot and he just threw it all out. Why did he switch? You could have got your rocks. I don't know, dude. This doesn't really stop to play it. I think he can, unless he has Heat Wave, but this is his max, or he's got Dark Pulse, but this is a max special defense guy. I don't think you go Rotom here, because you want to keep preserving that thing. It's getting a little too low for comfort, in my opinion, for a Pinsir. But you do have an Arrow, so I don't know. Iron Head's a viable play. D Winchell really needs to work on getting his threats in, though. He's really playing really passively when he could be. If he's able to get his threats in, rocking here is a decent play in my opinion. feel like this could definitely be a Scarf. Torrent, just because of the way it's been playing. But he doesn't 2k at this point, so it's not worth them continuing with the Dark Pulse. It's not really relevant here. I think you can put up your rocks here if you're D-Winchell. I don't like that play. I suppose you can put up your rocks here, but if you just rocked, then he was forced to recover. I don't know if he was forced to recover. He could be fearing Ice Fang, though. I think you're free to rock here, though, because the worst Gligar can do is Stone Edge you, and you can reverse that off easily. So if I'm D-Winchell, I put up these rocks. Or maybe you go into Kyurem. Kyurem's also a very fine play. I don't think D-Winchell's really not recognizing the upside of bringing Kyurem, that he's going to claim a kill if he does. And Reggie can't stop him. Kyurem's claiming a kill every time it comes in. He is putting him... No, that was a really bad play. Why did you do that? I think 60 was fine health. You could have just roosted there after if you were really afraid. I think rocks were really the play there. D-Winchell really lost a lot of momentum. Because now the Gligar's at full, and I guess he traded it for a full health arrow, but I don't think that was worth it. Now he puts up rocks on the U-turn. I guess that works out for him. He was risking getting toxic or something. I guess Raichu doesn't have it, but there's definitely a risk. I think at this point, yeah, Reggie's in a really bad spot now because he has to go into something and then make the most obvious switch of all time back into Gligar. Yeah, I think D-Winchell has this game. Kyurem and Arrow are gonna clean it up. He just needs to. I don't think D-Winchell understands that if he gets his Kyurem in the game, it's claiming. So I think Reggie's making the most obvious switch back. Yeah, he's 1,000,000,000% switching back into Gligar here, I think. I don't think you sack this. I think you just go back into Gligar. Unless he's still fearing Ice. No, he knows all 4 moves. I think he just goes straight back into Gligar, so you make the play into Kyurem here. That is what you do. And if he makes a play into Kyurem, I think this game is purely over. But I think D-Winchell is going to Stone Edge and lose the momentum again. Even if you're afraid of him clicking a move and actually staying in with this, he's probably clicking a water move to hit Arrow. It doesn't win. It doesn't kill Gligar. I mean, if this Gligar can't touch him, I suppose. Why does he keep making this play? This throws out so... I really don't get this. You could have Stone Edge to kill or just gone Kyurem. I'm pretty sure Kyurem, or that Arrow killed Finny at that point. Max HP would do 47 to 55. Now, what is he doing? Is he actually letting... Who's faster? Doublade might be barely faster unless he got speed creeped. If he got speed creeped, then Reggie might be able to get his rocks up here. D-Winchell just really doesn't want to take control of this game. Okay, he does get the kill in that, but like... I'm pretty sure Kyurem solo wins. You just go hard Emboar. Do you go hard Emboar? I think you do. Yeah, you go hard Embor here. He's there is not a universe that exists in which Reggie's not recovering here. So Embor is the most obvious play of all time. And then you make the double into Kyurem, and then you claim your kill. Because Reggie, or the Glide, actually what percentage is the Glider at? 95, yeah, so you can't 2-hit KO with Flare Blitz. So you go Embor and you make the double into Kyurem, and that claims you your kill. Because Reggie has his hand forced into making the play of recovering here and then going to Gligar if you go hard Embor. Why did he? It was just a really bad play. That recover was incredibly obvious and didn't gain him anything. When Embor could have at least forced his hand to go into Gligar. Winchell just really... I think he's just going to win this game purely off of matchup, but he's really refusing to let... Reggie's playing this game better, I think, than Winchell. I think Winchell's just much better prepped. I don't think Reggie prepped really well for this game. Like I said earlier, there's nothing on Reggie's team that puts Winchell in a bad scenario. Yeah, why didn't you go into this a second ago? I think you make the double into Kyurem now, because Gligar is the most obvious. There's not a universe that exists. He could go Finny. No, you don't go Finny. You could Flare Blitz if you really want to, but I like the double into Kyurem better. But I'm pretty sure Flare Blitz to a KO's the Finny. Yeah. You can go into Kyurem though now, because he's forced to recover, I suppose. And if he doesn't, then Embor's going to win. Yeah, there you go. Finally brings it in. Yeah, now Ice Beam claims one. And he can just sub on the Porygon. And at the very worst, make it die of poison. I don't think subbing was... it's okay, because you get to Fusion Bolt him here. And keep a sub up. Yeah, that's actually a fine play. I would have... yeah, actually that's a fine play. I think Kyurem's going to clean up from here. Or at the very... You have This is Fusion! I'm like 90% sure he has Fusion Bolt on this. I don't... What the fuck was that? I don't get it, dude. I really don't. Kyurem claimed 2... Kyurem claimed 2 kills. I don't get it, dude. Was he worried about Gligar coming in? Like, if Gligar comes in, you Ice Beam it the next turn. I really... Did you misclick? That was really fucking dumb, dude. Yeah, I think Winchell just wins this, or he 100% wins the game from this point. I think Winchell just won from better prep. Reggie, or I think I didn't get to finish my thought from earlier, but Reggie, he didn't bring any breakers, and he didn't bring anything that put Reggie in a bad scenario. I think that's something that a lot of people don't do when they're building. What I do is I look at mons, and I like a lot of people say think about what something could check, but what you really have to look at is what your enemy has to deal with what you have. So like, if you look at any given thing and look at their team and say, wow, he has very limited checks to this, and you should probably bring it, and then bring a version that can really wear down the checks. That's what Kyurem does so well. It's a Roselli Kyurem, so it can deck the Finny and sub on the Porygon, and like nothing really stops it. It puts Reggie in an awful scenario. There wasn't really anything Reggie had that put Winchell in a bad scenario. He kept bringing in Torn and just Dark Pulsing and letting in things like Arrow, which offensively checked it, which is always going to be an obvious switch-in off of matchup. Like Arrow and Rotom were going to be the switch-ins. So yeah, Reggie just didn't bring anything that put D-Winchell in a bad scenario. D-Winchell brought things that put Reggie in a bad scenario, and I don't think D-Winchell even had to play particularly well. There was a lot of bad plays that D-Winchell made that threw away the momentum, but D-Winchell was still able to, in the end, looks like he's going to 6-0 Reggie. So I guess that's just the power of prep. If you're Reggie, you probably just go or I think your hand is forced to go pincer unless Torn has a move that kills. I don't think this could ever kill Kyurem. It actually could be Z. I think you go Torn, or you go Arrow here, because it could be Z. Just to preserve the 6-0. Yeah. It was actually like not a good play at all, because the Z was kind of obvious. Actually, Gligar could wall his team feasibly at this point. Yeah, I don't agree with leaving that Kyurem in there. It won the game, and the Z was obvious. You definitely have billion% go Arrow here then. Actually, you could... I don't know. Dude, D-Winchell's in danger now of losing after making that play. He's going into Gligar here, but there's really not much you can do about it. You only have 6 more Stone Edges. I feel like D-Winchell might have just thrown. I mean, you go Rotom. He's forced to recover. There's not a universe where Reggie doesn't click recover. Is Porygon still... He let Porygon recover earlier by going into... not going hard Emboar. This is where like each of those small little plays really makes a difference. I think you pump here. And hope Porygon can't take it. If Porygon takes it though, there's no way. I think you can Volt Switch if you want. I don't know if there's anything you can do to break this Gligar, except maybe stall it out of Roosts. Yeah, letting Kyurem go down was a really bad play. And I really don't understand the play of Ice Beaming. He was in a scenario where Kyurem claimed 2 kills and just like said no thank you, I want Kyurem to get 1 kill and die. I really don't get it. That has to be a misclick when you clicked Ice Beam. Like, I can't think of any other. I'm really confused. Oh wait, what is Reggie doing? That was not the play. That was not the play, Reggie. This Gligar needed to stay healthy. You just pump again, and then you can Volt Switch, and I think Reggie lost. This Gligar was the only thing allowing him to win the game, and he just threw it away. He's gonna need to like make a saucy double at some point, or dodge. He's going to Porygon. And now D-Winchell just Volt Switches, and now Emboar wins. And if he goes back into Porygon, or if he goes back into Gligar on the Volt Switch, yeah, then you go Emboar, and Emboar wins. Yeah, you just Flare Blitz here. And this cleans up. Actually, Torn can... I mean, like... Yeah, that was a really bad play by Reggie. He had a shot of just outstalling him with Gligar and Porygon, the Eviolite core, and possibly cleaning up with Pinsir if like D-Winchell really started throwing, but Reggie just threw away his Gligar. Yeah, D-Winchell claims a kill with Flare Blitz here. I think Reggie... if Reggie goes into... this is faster than Torn. And it's pretty obvious it's Scarf, by the way. D-Winchell's been playing it. You probably... You can't sack this. I think you sack Torn. know, dude. I think you just sack Tord and go Pincer, but like Reggie doesn't really have a way out at this point. Is it feasible for this to ever live a Flare Blitz? I don't know what an investment is, and I haven't been checking, but I'm just going to assume worst case scenario. Yeah, it could live a Flare Blitz. Yeah, I guess Reggie was banking on him possibly clicking Superpower, but Gligar was his only chance to win, because now Emboar. Does he even die to a Quick Attack? I mean, he'll definitely have to recoil. Yeah. But he can just go Rotom or Arrow, and actually definitely Arrow, and just clean up. This is only a roll to live, but you go either Arrow or Rotom, it doesn't really matter. I'd personally go Rotom because I don't want to fuck around with missing Stone Edges. I'd just go Rotom and Volt Switch. Is that a choke? Okay, well, Dewinchel, like, gave Reggie a chance because he could have possibly... I don't think he could have ever walled everyone with Porygon now that it's Toxic. But, like, now the U-turn is absolutely no chance. I think you just go... Why do you sack this? At least, like, 5-0 him to flex on him. Dewinchel, if he played this well, could have easily 6-0'd. I don't know why you sacked that there. Maybe you're afraid of SD, but like SD doesn't do anything if you go hard Arrow. I mean, maybe you're really worried about missing. I don't know. If he dodges a Stone Edge, I think Reggie can win. But he needs to dodge 2, I think. Okay. Unless if he's Stone Edge. If Reggie's also Stone Edge, then he only needs to dodge 1. He actually might win if Reggie's Stone Edge here and dodges. Because Dewinchel is just throwing everything out. Okay, he sacks that. You definitely don't risk this here. What do you do? You can't go into anything that gives him an SD, but you also can't risk this Sting's health, because you just can't. I don't think you risk Rotom's health either. I guess you can just Stone Edge, and if he attacks you, you just roost it off. That's not a bad play, I think. Just Stone Edging and then roosting till he dies. But worst case scenario, he could just attack you until he dies, and then you're weakened for Pinsir. I don't agree with this play, because if you made the double, then he could have SD'd, and if you miss, then you lose, because this can't threaten. You could have Toxic'd, I suppose. Maybe that's his plan. He said, I'll just Toxic him, but you're risking missing Toxic too. I think you just make the play that 100% wins you the game. I think you have to keep Toxicing here. Yeah. No, that was a bad... that did enough damage to somewhat be justifiable. But I think you needed to just keep Toxicing there, because that's really what kept this thing from coming in and winning. Now you need to switch into it, or let this die. And he can use you as setup fodder, so I really don't agree with leaving this in. I think Dewinchel is really not thinking a few turns ahead, and that's leading him to like just blindly get into bad scenarios where like he probably didn't realize he was going to get set up on until just now. Yeah, if he misses his toxic, okay. He hits the toxic, but if he SDs again, he could be in trouble, because if he misses the Stone Edge on arrow, it's over. And, like, you need to think about the ways you could possibly lose, and you could have possibly lost this entire time by going into this and letting him set up. That's why I said I didn't agree with it. You have to, I guess you Iron Head here. I don't think he has enough turns to kill everyone if he Iron Heads here. Yeah, I think Reggie, I don't think he kills Rotom in one hit at this point. I don't think there's a feasible way for Reggie to win. I don't know. I think you have to SD again, because I don't think he kills Rotom. I don't know what this set is. What? Yeah, that was a bad play. He was CC, but I think you needed to get to +3 to possibly kill the Rotom. I don't think he was ever going to go hard into it right there. So I think you needed to try and SD one more time. Or possibly just return this, I don't know. I don't know if Reggie had a way out. D-Winchell didn't try and seemed to be trying to give it to Reggie, but yeah, it wasn't going to happen. D-Winchell really doesn't want to preserve the differential though either, it seems. I think you just go Rotom so that you don't risk missing Stone Edge and giving him a 2-0. D-Winchell easily had the 6-0 wrapped up, but he really played the end game. Oh, I haven't been going through chat. Yeah, D-Winchell really had the 6-0, but he really played the end game really poorly, in my opinion. Why this? Are you trying to lose with like the worst differential possible? I don't get it, dude. There's absolutely zero reasons not to go Rotom right there. This doesn't 2 KO Rotom, right? I'm almost sure it doesn't. I know he didn't run that much defense on it. I don't know, dude. He's not even Scarf. Reggie could have returned right there. Oh, he's Scarf now. Okay, that makes more sense. I forgot about that, but still, there was no reason not to go Rotom. Does this win somehow? Oh gosh. I don't think so. I think it eventually dies of poison. I think Arrow can just restore it. Yeah, D-Winchell definitely could have won this game 6-0. He was just all around better prep for this game. I went over it several times, but yeah, Reggie just really was not prepared. He did not bring a team that was able to take down D-Winchell's team. D-Winchell brought a team that could. If you're D-Winchell, you just go Arrow, Stone Edge, and then Roost until you win. And why'd you go this? Is he gonna just T-bolt? Pumps, I guess. I don't know why you wouldn't go into the mon that has recovery though. Reggie's gonna make it take as long as he can. Does toxic damage max out right there? He's gonna run out of recovers eventually, I think. Yeah, he's actually almost out. He's really gonna use all of them though. So, why did he pump? I mean, it didn't really matter, Reggie. So yeah, that's gonna be the game. D-Winchell will be the champion of Season 2. To be honest, it's almost disappointing that I lost at this point after seeing that. Because I don't know, I really don't think these finals were super well played, but guess that's how it goes. And on to next season.